Good morning, everyone. This is Jeffe Kennedy, author of Epic Fantasy Romance. I'm here with my first cup of coffee. Mm, delicious. Today is Monday, March 13th, 3/13/23. Good sequence of dates. Yeah, happy Monday to you all. My friends who are in finance are saying dire things. Seems like 3/13/23 could be a good date for market collapse. The Minsky moment. I had to go Google that. Uh, what do we care? We're creatives. We don't have any major stocks anyway. Ah, so, hope you all had a good weekend. I did. I've been busy. So my final stats for last week, for those of you who have been following along, I've been trying to get my productivity back up there again. And I had a very good week. Uh, it was somewhere on my spreadsheets. So I got 13,726 words last week, which was good. My best week so far in 23. And actually, I have only had 3 better word count weeks uh, since the beginning of 2022, and not by tons. So I'm being very happy with myself. I did not get 4,000 words a day, but I did get significant words, and yeah, it's good. I'm happy. If you're not on video, I have to tell you I'm wearing my Carpe Noctem t-shirt today. Feeling very seize the night. Surprising to me how many people don't get it. Even if I say, as opposed to Carpe Diem, they're like, huh? But I suppose it's a specific kind of knowledge, right? I have had a friend who had oh no, I take it back. Wasn't a friend. Was it a friend? Oh, that's not a brilliant anecdote already. I'm sure it was a friend, a guy that I worked with. We were out in California. I was bringing up that image. But at any rate, he said, no, okay, I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. It was a stranger. I walked up to a stranger, became a friend. Well, it was just one of those brief collisions. Anyway, the point of the story is that this guy was wearing a t-shirt that said, there are 10 kinds of people in the world, those who understand binary and those who don't. Because if you understand binary, you know that 10, 1, 0 is actually 2. And I saw that and I laughed and I said, that is a brilliant t-shirt. And he said, yeah, it's a great test for who gets it and who doesn't, because lots of people get upset saying you can't say 10 people, those who understand binary and those who don't. Anyway, that's a tangent. Part of the brand here at First Cup of Coffee. So, my point, and I did have one. Oh, that I've been increasing word count. And I was really happy yesterday morning. I did do 1,000 words on Saturday and on Sunday. And yesterday morning, I was able to get 1,145 words in 1 hour. Saturday morning, it was sloggier. I got like 531 and then 619, and it took me 2 hours to do it. Since I had to go into my second hour, I just thought, well, I'll write for the full hour and see what I get. So I ended up with like 1150. So I'm happy with that, because have you been following along? You will know that I've really been trying to get back to where I could write 1,000 words an hour. And it varies. Usually, my first hour of the day, um, I would end up writing 600 or 700 words an hour. But then, like the next 2 hours, I could do like 11 or 1200. So I could get my 3,000 words a day in 3 hours with breaks between. And now I am writing for 5 hours or until I hit 4,000 words, um, whichever comes first. It's been the 5 hours lately. Although I must say that on Thursday and Friday, I did not write so many. Thursday wasn't a great day. I wasn't feeling great. I only wrote for like 2 hours and 15 minutes, um, a lot much longer stretch than that, 5 hours all told, 5.5 hours, um, because I had some breaks between. I had to go do other things. And then on Friday, that was a span of like 5 hours. To get 4 hours worth of writing, and I got only 1,176 words on Friday. So was I out of steam? I don't know. But then I was able to get the words on Saturday and Sunday. So, I mean, some of it's just going to be different days. It's going to be different on different days. So, yeah. So I'm feeling like, tentatively, I'm feeling like my training regimen is working, that I'm gradually working myself back up to being able to produce 1,000 words in an hour, more or less, depending on how warmed up I am. Will I finish this book on time? Dun, 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 nobody knows. Um, we shall find out, right? I'm at 56,000 words, so it's possible. I really need to have this. Well, okay. So here's the specs for those of you who wish to play calendar games and cheer me along. I appreciate all of the good thoughts. Sacrifice a plot bunny for me. I need to have this, in order to get this out in March, I need to have this uploaded by the 27th. So that's 2 weeks from today. Yeah. Uh, which means that I need to have it revised and proofed by Sunday the 26th. And I really need the tightest tightest turnaround I think I can do is 6 days. That's what I have programmed here. 6 days for revising and proofing. Which means that I really have to have this drafted by 2 weeks from tomorrow. Is that right? No, a week from tomorrow. Really? Doesn't sound pretty, does it? Yeah. I need to be up at least in the neighborhood of the high 80s by the end of next Tuesday. So we shall see. We shall see if we could do it. It's theoretically possible. It depends on how many words I add in the revision process. I don't think I'm going to have to revise too heavily because I've already revised some, and I think it's pretty tight. And there's actually 2 revision steps in there. One is just revising, going through, and it'll be just mostly tightening, fixing, that kind of thing. And then the out loud proofing of the whole thing, which I think I can get done in a couple of days. It'll mean working the whole weekend of the 25th, 26th. But I think I can do it. Maybe some out loud proofing on Friday. It just depends. At any rate, that's what I'm trying to do. We'll see what happens, right? If I can't, I can't. But I haven't pushed out the release date yet. I've already pushed it once. Those of you who pre-ordered, thank you, know that. I have it I originally was going for like the 23rd, I think, or 25th. I think I had it out for the 25th. And I'm just going to try to push it to the 31st. But I can only push it one more time, so I'm waiting to see uh, exactly how much time I need. I'll make that decision. I have to make that decision by like the 21st. So I'll make that decision in a week. I'll see how, probably by the end of Friday this week, I'll see where I'm at. I was considering like trying to push harder, like going for 5,000 words a day, but we'll just see how I do going for 4. So that's my deal. Overall, I'm happy whether or not I make this self-imposed deadline. Um, I'm feeling much better about that I have been able to increase my productivity. I was wondering if I was simply didn't have the juice in me anymore. So, yeah, it was not an eventful weekend. It was very blustery here, very springy, snowy, rainy, windy. So it was good to stay in. I was happy to focus on getting those words. I finished reading things for 2 different people, got those off my plate. So that was nice. Got some business done. Caught up on my, reduced my SIPWA inbox from 250 to, I think I'm down to like 18. So that was good. Um, Talked to a couple people on video chat. And yeah, Saturday I knocked off fairly early. I decided since it was the time change that I would just go ahead and advance cocktail hour by an hour. So I did something I very rarely do, that I um, sort of knocked off on computer work and all of that. And by about 3:30, sat down and watched a movie. I watched Emma with Gwyneth Paltrow and Jeremy Northam, Toni Collette. Good version. And then I was going to watch the newer Emma too, but by then David had come home and we ended up. You know what we did was we watched the Full Monty, which was really fun to watch again. That was that's a really good movie, and we hadn't seen it in forever, so that was a nice Saturday evening. Did not watch the Academy Awards last night, but I have observed that Everything Everywhere All at Once really swept. Uh, it's funny how the Academy does that. Like on certain years, they just like love one movie so much that they just give it all the awards. Uh, I mean, I did think that I'm perfectly happy for it to have won Best Picture. I was really surprised Top Gun Maverick had been nominated for Best Picture. I mean, I thought it was okay. I did not think that was Best Picture material. Uh, Michelle Yeoh definitely deserved Best Actress, uh, Best Direction, Best Screenplay, right? They won all of those. Very happy that Brendan Fraser won Best Actor for The Whale. He very much deserved it. Uh, I would say my main quibble was, did Jamie Lee Curtis really deserve Best Supporting Actress for Everything Everywhere All at Once? Um, I don't know. I mean, I thought she was fine. I just didn't think she was amazing. You know who I did think was amazing? I had to look it up. Her name is Hong Chau, who was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for The Whale. And I thought she did a phenomenal job with that role. Um, I'm sorry she didn't win because I thought she was great. Was Jamie Lee Curtis great? I mean, love Jamie Lee Curtis, but great? I don't know. Best Supporting Actress? I don't know. I think they just wanted to shower affection on Everything Everywhere All at Once. They probably would have given it Best Actor if they could have, but there was no lead actor. So I think that that's actually kind of cool. So let's see, what else do I have? I don't have a lot of things to talk about because I am being just so head down on getting this work done, getting this book written. Um, Good time of year to do it, right? Be stuck inside. I was thinking the other day about invisible friends. Did you all have invisible friends when you were a little kid? Uh, I did, and mine was Casper, like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Looked like Casper, and I think that's what the name it was. My mom would be able to tell you. I think I saw a cartoon of Casper and Jill. I should find that. So I found it. I think I saw it go by on Twitter, and it kind of electrified me because I was like, wait, I remember this image of Casper the Friendly Ghost um, walking along with a little girl ghost who, and I think I'm the one who called them Casper and Jill because I don't see when I first tried to Google Casper and Jill, no, nothing. But I'll put the picture on the show notes. Uh, and I was, I don't know, just brought it all back. I think that both Casper and Jill were my invisible friends. Uh, and I remember my mom, well, when I was like 3, 4 years old. And for those of you who don't know, my dad was suddenly killed when I was 3 years old. He died in, he was an Air Force fighter pilot and died in a plane crash. And so they were all very worried about me, you know, emotionally and all of that. My mom would have me tested and all of that. Uh, and I know that she was concerned that my development of invisible friends was, I don't know, some sort of psychosis. There was also a magazine rack that my grandmother had that was shaped like a cat, and the cat talked to me. And I remember being that age, and I remember so vividly having conversations with these beings. And I've thought about it since, how vivid they were to me, how very real, and how um, reassuring their presences were. I was an only child too, which always made them worry as well. And I don't know, I think about how that is for who I am now, right? You know, my creative self. Uh, the evolution of becoming a writer, of developing this skill, of having this ability, um, is in some ways so gradual that I don't always recognize how far I've come. It was interesting reading the beginning of this novel for a friend of mine that I've been exchanging work with, uh, and that I'd gone through and commented, and he was kind of impressed because, or sounded impressed anyway, because he said, you're really good at, you could tell exactly which parts I had written out of order and which parts I liked writing better than others. And I was glad that he found it insightful and useful. But at the same time, it was like, yes, this is almost secondhand to me now, or probably is secondhand. That yeah, I can look at text and recognize things, um, and it's interesting to think about where I am creatively now, uh, hearing the voices of characters and comparing that to like my 3 or 4 year old self, and having conversations with these entities who were very, very real for me. And I've never been one of those writers who makes jokes about the voices in my head. I feel like that's a dangerous kind of joking to make, because there is a psychosis there, right? Um, and that's not how it feels to me. I don't hear weird voices talking to me, uh, but I do have conversations with my characters in certain ways that I feel like they're actual beings who come to me from other places and tell me about their lives. And the best writing is when I feel like I'm really openly channeling that, as opposed to trying to control it. I did a meme the other day. I feel so Gen X. I'm like, oh, I did a meme. But I did that one with Nicolas Cage riding in the car with, I don't know who he's riding with. I don't know who that actor is. And this will probably make no sense. But if you're on like Instagram or TikTok, you've seen it. But I had, Nicolas Cage is in the passenger seat, and he looks over and he's looking terribly pained. And I put on there, this is my editor brain knowing where the story's supposed to be going. And then the other guy, I think he was in The Hangover. he's driving and he looks over and he's completely crazed and happy. And it's like, and there's my story brain just like driving this off wherever it wants. And I think that's what happens when you have the entities who come and want to have their own story told. That it very much happens to me. So on this note, I'm going to get to work. Think good thoughts for me to get lots of words this week. Again, I'm just going to be doing podcasting on Monday and Friday. And so I will blog on Wednesday and I will talk to you all on Friday and we'll see how it's going. You all take care. Bye-bye.